Hi, everybody. Welcome to Adesina Intelligence Live. Um, sorry. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Adesina Intelligence Live. If you're joining for the first time, my name is Okoyemi Adesina. If you are returning to today's session, you're welcome back. Should I say welcome home? Welcome back. As you know, this is a wealth intelligence session where we talk about any and everything concerning investing, finance, personal finance, business finance, investing, building your investment portfolio, just anything to help us build wealth. Like our business description says at Additional Assets, we help you build 9-figure passive income with real estate investment. So basically, we are not just vaguely trying to communicate anything. We want to really help you build passive income. And this is actually the core of what we are talking about today. That's the core of our discussion today. How do you build 9-figure passive income with real estate? How is that possible? I've had a lot of interesting questions from my previous content. People asking, oh, you mentioned Dangote a lot, you mentioned Otedola a lot. How did they build their wealth? Was it through real estate? Someone even said, did they do real estate at the beginning of their career, or when they already became millionaires and multimillionaires and they started buying properties? And it's easy to sound wise when you are trying to just prove an emotional point. But the truth is the truth, or let me say fact is fact. And I actually replied to someone, and what I said was, take Tony Numelu for an example, right? He's a banker. He has always been a banker. He started with banking. I think it was when he stepped down as chairman of UBA that he got that he started Heirs Holding. So he was a banker. He built his wealth through the banking industry, and then please put my words into context. So he started as a banker, bought a bank, UBA, grew it to a certain level, stepped down as CEO, and then founded Heirs Holdings, and then now he has a group of companies as a subsidiary. Now the question is, how did real estate play in helping him build his wealth? Or Dangote, who is known for cement, who is known for sugar and all those things? Firstly, let's take Tony for an example. Number one, the banking industry, their major asset is in loans. Right, that's the banking industry. Their major asset is in loans. Now, what do banks finance the most? Or what do you think banks finance the most? Real assets. Real assets. So if you check it, the bedrock of his investment, of his wealth, is still largely real estate. And to even put it into, to even make it more interesting, hope you know, Tony Numelu owns a company called Afriland. And Afriland is a real estate firm. So before it's this is not to say to put pressure on you. I would never do that. If you listen to my content, I'm not a fan of just buy land anywhere, just buy land. No, I'm not a fan of that. But I'm saying if it fits into your strategic goals, why not? And that's what we'll be talking about this evening, actually. Because the idea of buying land randomly, buying land spontaneously, it has sent a lot of people into not early grave, but into confusion, right? But you could see that real estate has a huge role to play in Tony Numelu's wealth building. Let's take Dangote for an example. All Dangote's manufacturing plants, manufacturing growth is tied to both land and commercial buildings. Where are they doing the cement? Is it on the air? If you go and check his balance sheet is a financial statement that shows your assets and your liabilities. Go and check what his asset comprises the most. I'm not saying it's going to be real estate. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying real estate is going to be a major part of it. Very major part of it. So we are not saying, that's why you see that I often say that nothing in itself can make you rich. It is what you know to do with it that can make you rich. Right? So it's not about you buying real estate, you owning real estate. What role is it playing in helping you achieving that your goals? What role is real estate playing to help you achieve that your financial goal? And what the simplest way to set a financial goal, set a goal that your passive income exceeds your active income. Right? I'm not going to jump ahead of myself. We're going to step into it carefully and gently to see how you can actually use real estate as a tool. That's the thing. People think real estate is a means to an end. Oh, just own land. No. It's a tool. You use it to your own advantage. You can use it to play a huge role in your business growth. You can use it to build passive income. You decide what it becomes for you. This idea of just buy land anywhere, land always go up, I don't agree. I do not agree. Does it mean that you can't, if you buy land and it can't just appreciate in value? Yes. But you can't just leave your investment to chance. That's where the concept of asset management comes in. Investment management comes in. You can't leave your investment to chance. You can't just, because something is profitable and is low risk does not mean, come on. It's still how best you use it. How well you know how to, what you know how to do with it. So it's not just about, oh, I own land. Oh, I'm a landlord. What role is it playing to helping you achieve financial freedom? See, the goal is not just for you to own real estate. The goal is for you to use real estate to build wealth. And that, have you ever seen anybody who built wealth passively? Have you ever seen anybody like that? Who built wealth passively? It's impossible. You can't build anything worthwhile passively. So how on earth do you want to build wealth real estate passively? Oh, Dangote just founded a cement company and he just appointed someone to run it and he went to sleep and he just woke up one day. $1 billion valuation. Was that how it happened? So how come you want to just buy a land somewhere and that land will just make you a billionaire in one day? Let's stop deceiving ourselves. No, let's stop that. Land can appreciate in value, yes. You can sell it for profit, yes. But is that how to build wealth? Oh, food business is lucrative, yes. If you sell food, you make profit, yes. But is that how to build? Is that the formula to building a successful food business? Why do we suspend our logical reasoning when it comes to real estate? And I don't blame us. I blame the market noise. You know, it seems like now that once anybody does not know what to do again, the next thing is real estate. Everybody now wants to get commission. And that's why I said that most Nigerian real estate are designed by salespeople for salespeople, not for investors. It's strictly land retailing now. Nobody, put my word in context, majority of the real estate companies out there, what they are doing is land retailing. The same way I can go and buy this phone for 1,000 naira, come and sell it for 2,000 naira. I don't care whatever the phone becomes in your hand. It's the same way they are doing with land. They just go to a place, buy a land for an amount of money, put their own profit margin and sell to you. Whatever the land becomes, it's your problem. That's basically land retailing. There's no project tied to the development. There is nothing. They'll just give you some fantasy valuation. Some valuation that does not have any mathematical backing, any logical backing. And because investors, you yourself that call yourself smart investors, you are so lazy, you are just, this is not a war against investors, by the way. I'm saying that a land is not going to just miraculously make you a millionaire. You have to do what to do with it. You have to know what to do with it. You have to. That's why we have estate of gatehouse and fencing. That's what we have. That's why it's only in Nigeria that I see people launching 10 estates within a space of probably 3 months. And one investor too, because they painted it one sweet name, you know, believe that it's going to be whatever, it's going to make them rich overnight. You are not buying an estate name. See, I understand that branding is important. You know how I'm laughing? It's because when lies has been sold so consistently, it gets to a point that even when you start telling the truth now starts sounding as a lie. or the truth now starts sounding odd. And that's why today's topic is how to build a 9-figure passive income. Build. You build a portfolio of investments. You build a portfolio of assets. You don't just wake up and it is like that. You build a company. You build your asset base. You build it, and you build it actively. Let me even tell you something. You cannot build passive income without an active strategy. It takes active investment, active strategy to build passive income. Passive income is not built passively. Passive income is built actively. So you don't just think you just going to buy one land one day. And let me give an example. Of all the people that said, I bought this land this day, I sold it for this land this day. 2 questions. Number 1, how many of them are really successful? Number 2, how many of them was their success tied to that land? That's a question for you to answer. I'm saying don't just buy land. Don't just do real estate mindlessly or aimlessly. No, it's not done like that. You want to build wealth to real estate, it needs your active participation. And that's why you are here. You need active participation. You want to build something worth real estate, active participation. There's something we do as a company. We encourage recurring investment. Recurring. That is, just make it an habit. Every month, this percentage of my income goes into real estate. And do it for 5 years and see what you've built. Build. Not, I bought this land there and I'm hoping that it will build. You bought a land this year. What's that land going to be for you? What's it going to become for you? And that's why when you see any of our stuff, what's it called? What do they call it? Our call to action is not buy now. It is get a free investment plan. So you get a plan that can show you, that can help you set a goal, fit it into your budget. You know what you are building towards. That's how to build. Let's dive into today's session. How to build 9-figure passive income with real estate investing. Number 1, what is passive income? That's the foundation. What's passive income? So there are 2 ways to earn money. Active income or passive income. Active income is when you get money from your job, from your skill. You are doing something. You are trading your time for money. You are trading your skill for money. That's active income. You are doing something. You are exchanging it for money. Passive income is when your money now begins to work for you. That is, you've now invested in certain things that now start working for you, that now start giving you money. That is, you don't have to be actively involved to make money when it comes to passive income. For example, you bought a 2-bedroom apartment. You hired a property manager, and then the property manager is managing the property. So, for example, someone pays 2 million naira in rent. You are getting, let's say, from the 2 million naira in rent, the property manager removes their own probably 10% agency fee or management fee. You are getting the remaining 1.8 million naira in passive income, because once you bought the property, you put the legal and the property management in charge. You don't have to go to the property. You don't have to know your tenant. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything to make that 1.8 million naira. That's passive income. That is, you sleep in the morning, you wake up at night. For a whole year, you are still going to get that 1.8 million naira. In as much as you have a good property manager in place that can help you know, okay, this is the time to renovate, this is the time to increase rent, this is, someone that can make independent decision for you that is, going to profit you. Passive income is the opposite of active income. And there's something we call the cash flow quadrant. There's the employee, there's the self-employed, there's the business owner, there's the investor. Self-employed and employee, active income primarily. Business owner and investor, passive income. You know why? Investor invests in a system that some set of people are running. He is not running it. He is only investing in it. Business owner owns a system that he employs some people to run. He is also not running it. He only owns the system that people are running. He owns it. For example, Warren Buffett owns hundreds of businesses, but he's not running any of them. Ownership is even from the running of day-to-day of the company. If you are running some people think they are business owner, but they're actually self-employed. If you are running a business, you are self-employed. You are not business owner. In fact, myself, I'm still a self-employed because my active participation is still very much needed in my company. So I'm not a business owner. Until you own a business that can now work effectively without you. So you can be on a beach in Santa Monica and then your business is still doing excellently fine and you're still making money. Your cash flow, that's passive income. That's when you own a system. If I buy a share of Coca-Cola now and then, what's it called? Coca-Cola is running the business. I don't have to go to their company. I don't have to do anything. Once their share value increase, I get paid my dividends. Or once they pay dividends annually rather, I get paid my dividend. Once they pay their annual whatever, I get paid my dividends. And as the share value increases, my value in the company also increases without having to do anything. Passive income. But the process of buying that shares require an active study, an active understanding, an active decision to buy the shares. So you see that passive income is not built passively. So you're not going to wake up on one day and sleep. So that's why we use the word build. Build. You build it. You build it. So now you understand the concept of passive income. When you are making money from a system you own, a system you are investment simply means you are co-owning a system. Business owner is just co-owning. And guess what? 95% of the world, this is actually by Robert Kiyosaki, so I don't know whether the statistics have changed. 95% of the world are on employee and self-employed level. 95% of the world. And they control just 5% of the total world's wealth. 95% of the world population, 95% of the world's population are on the employee and self-employed side of the quadrant. And they only control 5% of the world's wealth. Investors and business owners comprise of just 5% of the world's population. And they control 95% of the world's wealth. And let me just say this and run away from it. Do you know that it's actually easier to go from employee to investor than employee to business owner? Most people get stuck at self-employed for the rest of their lives because they wouldn't know how to set a structure to detach themselves from the business. That might be a topic for another day. So you understand what passive income means now, where you don't have to work actively. What's 9-figure passive income? 9-figure simply means 9-figure. For example, an example of 9-figure is 100 million naira. 1000 000 Is that 100 million? 100 000. Yeah, that's 9-figure. 100 3 zeros 3 zeros. 3 3 3. That's 9 figures basically. So how can you do it that you are earning 100 million naira or 100 million of whatever currency you operate by, whatever country you have, that you are getting 100 million and hundreds of millions of that currency every year in passive income? How do you do that? That's what we are going to talk about this evening. How do you build it? How do you build it? For example, let me just jump ahead of myself a little bit. I did an investment plan for someone who wants to build a 2.5 billion in assets. Let me get the facts correctly. Let me get the fact, because this is basically statistics. So someone wants to build a 2.5 billion naira in assets. In assets, you want to have 2.5 billion in assets, so that you can be getting. So that means if you want to be getting 4% of that assets annually, that's 100 million naira annually. If the person wants to build that in 25 years, and you only want to be investing 40% of your monthly income, that means you need to be earning monthly 25 million naira and be investing just 10 million naira of that amount every month. That means if you earn 25 million naira monthly, you can build a 2.5 billion asset in 25 years just by investing 40% of that amount every month for the next 25 years. And guess what? The fact that your income will also even grow, the fact that inflation would happen, and all other factors, you can even eat it earlier than that. In fact, I did a plan for someone recently and discovered that with 500,000 naira monthly investment, it can build 100 million in assets in less than 5 years. In real estate, let's know what we are doing. And just by using an investment strategy of buying property with 100% annual growth rate. That's all. That's the only simple strategy. We're going together. I'm just trying to show you that, you see that to build these figures I'm mentioning, there's a calculation behind it. I'm not just saying, just buy land though. See, you can buy land for 100,000 naira now and sell it for 100 million tomorrow. Land appreciate. That's not what I'm saying. It's not quote. It's not fun fact. This is calculation-backed projections. If you want to use your property for collateral at bank, probably you have rental apartment, I go tell them that, give me money, you see the property I'm using as collateral, it's real estate, you can appreciate it, you can sell it for 500 million. Is that what you're going to tell them? Or you're going to show them your cash flow analysis of how the property has been making money? They want to see the maths. They're not interested in your emotional opinions. They want to see your maths. So how does real estate work? How does real estate make money? Because these are foundations that a lot of people don't even know. A lot of people are not even conversant with. How does real estate work? How does real estate make money? Simply put, and I'm very honest, simply put, through rental income. That's the only way real estate make money. Someone will say, how can that be true? Calm down. I'll explain. We're talking about how real estate make money, right? And to simply put, and I said that the simple way that real estate make money is through rental income. And someone might be asking, what if I buy land and I resell it and I make profit? How, I buy a property that is dilapidated and I fix it and I make money. Calm down. It's still tied to rental income. Firstly, let's start from buying a house that is not up to date, not up to present, construction taste, and then fixing it up and reselling it for profit. What made it possible for you to sell it for that price? It's not because it's now desirable for rental. Traffic. It's traffic. That someone now wants to live here. That's it. It's desirability. Demand is demand. So even if you go and buy land in a bush, and people are not trying to move there, what people buy in Ibejuleki in Lagos? Dangote Refinery is there, Deep Sea Port is there, Lekki Free Trade Zone is there, business will be moving there. That means employees will want to live close to there. Why, if with your land appreciate, demand for housing units there and demand for that property. So what causes real estate to make money or to grow or to do whatever it is? Demand. How does real estate make money? Demand. You know why? Simple law of economics. The higher the demand, the higher the price. Simple law of economics. The lower the demand, the lower the price. What's happening with inflation in Nigeria? What's at the root of it? Number one, food is scarce. So wherever you even see it, you pay more. And when you also bring it back to market, you also sell it for more price. The higher the supply, the lower the price, because now it's everywhere. So it's cheap. Why are they saying everybody should get into agriculture now? So that food can be in high supply and price can come down. Demand. See, if you understand this simple law of economics, nobody will be able to pressure you into buying any property. So they'll say, buy this land, you'll be able to get this thing and this return. What's the demand of that area? Or what is going to be the demand of that area? Simply put, demand. That's how real estate make money. Why are we building 25 units of rental property in Lugbe? Demand. It's demand. Demand for rental housing units. It's demand. Follow the demand. In fact, simple of marketing. The What's his name again? The greatest book on marketing, breakthrough advertising. I think it cost about $1,000, thereabout. I'm not even. Some people might. I tried to order the book on Amazon for, I think I saw it for like $400. So I tried to order it. So I screenshotted it. I was going to order it the next day. The next day I got on Amazon, it sold. But I think his wife, the wife of the man is late now. The wife is trying to make it available now for sale. But even at that, I think it's still around $300 or thereabout, because of how valuable the book is. There's a print. The man said the only problem of businesses from time immemorial till date is that they are trying to create demand, not follow demand. As a business, you will struggle. For example, during cold season, you are not selling cold water. You are not trying to package it in a way that do beautiful packaging. Add buy one, get one free. Use every marketing strategy. Simply, all those stress will not be necessary. If there was sun, eat everywhere, just like we have in Nigeria right now, and you're just selling cold stuffs, there's already the demand. Just for your property to be struggle to be profitable if your property is the one trying to create the demand. It will. You are going to buy land in a place where development is very far from it. But you are saying, see estate coming around, people are going to rush it. The people buying in the estate are also people like you, hoping that something will happen. So all of you are all hoping on each other. All of you are hoping on each other. But when you can see that this is a valid demand, let me quickly say this. Most of what we call it, how do I put this in a very clear way? Most of what we call land banking in Nigeria is a lie. And I'll give you why. Most of what we call land banking in Nigeria is a lie. Why? The concept of land banking is not for someone who wants to make money in a few years. The concept of land banking is not for someone who wants to buy and quickly flip in like 2 years or 5 years. And I've said it here over and over again that the sign that you are not doing land banking is that you can only afford to buy a plot. What is land banking? Buying bulk undeveloped land with hopes that in future, you see, land banking is you going to the backside of Kwali or Abaji and buying 50 hectares, 100 hectares, probably with 20 million, 50 million. Basically because you probably know that, Abuja is developing fast, so one day. In fact, let me give this example. Most of the examples popularly used for land banking, Queen Elizabeth, Bill Gates having 220 acres, is Bill Gates waiting on the 220 acres for him to be wealthy? Most of land banking is for sustainability. You're already rich. You want to buy land for inheritance. That's what land banking is for. Right? You are young. You have a few more amount of money. You don't have any plan for that thing. Then you can go into one bush and buy 1 hectare for like 1 million naira. I know that it is probably maybe when you are 40, 50, 70. How much will this land be selling for? That is land banking. Most of what we are buying nowadays, most of what is selling nowadays, they are for you really want to build in a few years, or you want to sell for people who want to build in a few years. Now, are they profitable? Yes. Does that make them land banking? No. Why are they not calling, I buy a house now, I spend maybe 3, 4, 5 months to design it and renovate it, and then why are they not calling it house banking? Let's get into context. If you are really building towards a goal, then you have a rationale for every property you are purchasing. So, for example, you want to build 5 million naira in assets in the next 2 years, but right now you have 2.5 in the next 1 year. Right now you have 2.5 million naira. Already you know that the only land you can buy is a land that can give you 100% growth rate annually. That means a land you can buy now and sell for 2 times in the next 1 year, in the next 12 months. Is that land banking? Is that land banking? The beauty of land banking is bulk purchase. So it will be land banking if I saw that, oh, something is coming to, let's say, Kwali now. And I said, guys, we can get hectares of land there right now when nobody's looking at it. And it's not even that I will say, I'm buying. You to come and buy with me. Once you are starting to buy in developed estates, developing estate and all those things, what you are doing is basically land flipping. You want to buy so that you can flip in a few years. Or probably you don't need it. When I hear some things like, what's it called now? They sold this place for you a few years ago and now he's selling for this price. That a few years ago they're saying is like 25-30 years old. Like 25-30 years. Your strategy is to use real estate to build wealth. Does that fit into your goal? See, the question is not even, let's even bring it out here. Define land banking anyhow you want it. Buying land now, selling it tomorrow, land banking. I don't mind. But how does that land banking help you achieve your goal? How does it? Because I think the problem started from when we started using other people's testimonial to make investment decisions for ourselves. Oh, my friend just opened a food business and he's doing very well. Does that mean I should go and open my own? Do I know the criteria that contributed to the success of that person? I'm saying no, this is as a foundation because we want to really lay foundation on something. We want to really, I will be talking about some figures, some math, and if it's not well grounded, we might lose the point. The concept of land banking, that, oh, let me buy land and hold it for a period of time and sell it later. The question is, the period of time I'm using to hold it to sell it, is that the same period that my investment goal is? Does it align with it? Does it align? And one very strange thing is this concept of, what is it called? I'm trying to break down how real estate work. Many people are buying lands because they are looking for cheap. They are buying land they shouldn't have bought because they are looking for cheap land. And I've said it here before that instead of going to a bush that you buy for 1 million naira, right? If you really can afford probably 1 million naira every 2 months, why not find a plot in a place that you can sell in a few years for 3 million naira that you pay for 3 months? But even at that, that's not a rationale for buying any property. Now the question is, so why should I buy any property? What should guide me to buy any property? What should I see before I pay money for any property? That's what we are going to now. 2 things: how to build, your goals, and your budgeting. That's the 2 things. How much of real estate assets am I trying to build? In how many years? And how much can I afford to be investing every month now? I'm 25. By the time I'm 40, that's in 15 years, I want to be able to be making 8 figures in passive income from my rental properties. 8 figures, that's tens of millions. So that now tells you, okay, if I have 500,000 naira to be investing every month now, or 250,000 naira to be investing every month now, how does this 250,000 naira every month translate into 8 figure in passive income from rental properties in the next 15 years? That is now your basis for buying any property. Let's quickly give a practical example. Let's give a very, very practical example. This is, you might need to get your pen and a paper at this point. You might need to get your pen and a paper at this point. Okay. Because I'll be mentioning figures now. I'll be mentioning figures now. All right. So let's say that you have 250,000 naira to be investing every month. Do you know that you can build a 90 million naira in assets in 5 years? How? Simply by investing in properties with 100% annual growth rate. So that means if I have 250,000 naira to be investing every month, what kind of property am I looking for? Properties that can give me 100% growth rate annually. So you are not going to buy because they are doing a promo. You are not going to buy because it's the new something. You are not going to buy because you know the CEO. You are going to buy because this property can give me 100% annual growth rate. Because that is what aligns with my goal and my budget. Now, how does that happen? Year 1, your contribution is 3 million naira. Let's assume you bought a plot of land. For that, a plot of land that you know that can give you 100% annual growth rate, right, for 3 million naira. Year 2, you sell that plot for 6 million naira. That means you have 6 million naira liquid. And from the period of time, immediately you finish paying after 12 months for that one plot of land, you bought another plot of land for 3 million naira that you know you can sell for 6 million naira. So you start paying for that one too. So that means by the second year, you have 6 million cash, 3 million in another property. With that 6 million in year 2, you bought probably 2 plots of land or even 1 plot of land in another place that you know can do 100% in 1 year. So that means in year 3, your 6 million naira plot now sells for 12 million naira. And then your 3 million naira in another plot in year 2 is now 6 million naira. You now sell it for 6 million naira in year 3. That means you have 18 million naira. The 12 million naira you just sold your year 2 6 million naira plot for. The 3 million you bought in year 2 now sells for 6 million naira. So that means you have 18 million naira cash. Then in year, immediately you finish paying for your 3 million naira in year 2, you start paying for another plot of 3 million naira in year 2. So that means in year 3, you have 18 million naira cash, 3 million naira in real estate. Now, with that 18 million naira in year 3, probably that can get you an acre of land that you can sell for 100% in 1 year. Right? So that 18 million naira now in year 4 becomes 36 million naira in year 4. 36 million naira. And remember that you still have, what do they call it? The plot that you bought for 3 million in year 3 is now 6 million naira in year 4. And you still have a new 3 million naira that you've just bought into land. Like every year, you know you are having 3 million naira. So every year that means you have a plot. So in year 2, your plot in year 1 is 6 million naira. You still have 3 million plots in year 2. In year 3, your plot of 6 million naira in year 2 is now 12 million naira. Your plot of year 2 is now 6 million naira, while your plot of, you now have a new plot in year 3. If you do the math well. So by year 4, you realize that your, what's it called? 24, 12, 6 million naira would have given you 90 million naira in real estate. And even if you are just getting 5% of that 90 million naira in real estate, probably that 90 million can get you like 2 units of rental property. So that means you wake up January, you go and sleep December, you'll be getting 4.5 million naira in passive income with just 5% yield. That means imagine you are now doing short-let rentals that can give you as high as 25% annually. That means you'll be making as much as 22.5 million naira every year in passive income. Do you see that this one is not based on, oh, real estate appreciates in value, better buy land? This one is, there's a figure attached. There's a criteria for every property I'm buying. And there's a portfolio I'm building. There's a goal, there's a timeline I'm working towards. And then there's a budget I'm sticking to. Every month I'm sticking to it. There's a budget. There's a budget I'm sticking to every single month. Goals and budgeting. And one of the things we neglect is where investment management comes in, because that's actually what builds your portfolio. Investment management is knowing what land to buy, when to sell it, when I sell it, what new land to buy. Is it time to buy a rental property or should still stick to land? Oh, what area should I buy the rental property? Just managing your portfolio in a way that it aligns with your goals. That's investment management. And the way to have a simplified investment is to have a simplified strategy. Like I said now, in the one I gave as an example, our strategy is what? Buying properties with 100% growth rate. This is how to build a 9-figure passive income in real estate. That's it. That's it. And that's where we are going to stop today. Many people need to watch the video over and over and over again until they get it. And if you're interested in, learning, just getting it more practically, there's a link attached to this video, wherever it is you are seeing it, where you can actually get a free investment plan. And we're going to book a one-on-one session with any of our investment associates with you, where you can actually see it practically, how it fits into your own budget and into your own goal. So I'll see you next week, Monday. Have an amazing, amazing evening.